The story of the greatest sniper proved one thing to me, and that is that it's not about the equipment. It's not about what you're taught. It's alright to break some rules once in a while. If breaking rules gives you the best result, then it's good for everyone. This all must not be making sense to you, right? Well, stick till the end and you'll get what I was talking about. If you're new to our channel, check out similar videos and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. Never miss similar updates. The Soviet Union opted to invade Finland in 1939 when everyone else was focused on the conflict in Europe, which was when World War II began. But a sniper by the name of Simo Häyhä defended Finland. According to reports, Häyhä killed a startling 505 enemy soldiers, making him the most lethal sniper in history. The Soviet soldiers who were advancing on the area became utterly afraid of Häyhä. He acquired the name Belaya Smrt, which is Russian for White Death, from having to patrol the barren tundra of Finland while being aware that Häyhä might be nearby, ready to kill them with a stunning long-range shot. The moniker given to Häyhä by his fellow Finnish soldiers was somewhat different. It was referred to as Taika Ampua, or Magic Shooter. Magic Shooter is not. Even if the moniker may have been as accurate as Häyhä, you must agree it's a little less ominous than White Death. The precise number of snipers Simo has differs according to the source. Some claim he used his gun to kill up to 542 Soviet soldiers. No one, however, asserts that he eliminated less than 505. With 500 kills, Soviet shooter Ivan Sidorenko comes in second place as the most effective sniper in any conflict. Häyhä's count, though, might even be higher. Häyhä may have also killed several hundred enemy troops with a submachine gun, instead of remaining at a safe distance behind his sniper rifle during the entire war. His count would be around 800 if that were the case. As implied by his name, the Winter War only lasted for one winter, so Häyhä was working extremely hard. Häyhä was killing an average of 5 to 6 enemy soldiers each day to accomplish his astounding record. There were, of course, some better days than others. Häyhä scored 25 and 20 on 2 other record days and made a total of 40 confirmed kills in one record day. The largest rank jump in Finland's military history occurred when he was promoted from corporal to second lieutenant under the continual death cloud he lived in. You would be assuming that if he had had this many kills, his equipment would likewise be of the highest caliber. Actually, not quite. In order to make his legendary sniper count, Häyhä did not utilize his scope. He preferred to use his rifle's basic iron sight. I see no scope is the key. Beyond being hardcore, there was more to this than just bragging rights. Häyhä understood that scopes made his adversaries easy pickings. Scopes would gleam in the sunlight, enlarging the target and allowing Häyhä to see enemy snipers before they noticed him. Häyhä had completed his military duty, which was obligatory for every Finnish citizen at the time, 14 years prior in 1925. He had no more military experience beyond that. He did enlist as a reservist in the Finnish Civil Guard, which is roughly comparable to the US National Guard, but he continued living a civilian life of farming and hunting until the Soviets chose to invade in 1939, at which point he was called back into service. Häyhä had the choice to buy a service weapon, a common bolt-action rifle, when his year of required service ended in 1925. He acquired the weapon and spent the following 15 years perfecting it. Häyhä refused to use a more contemporary rifle with more sophisticated optics when he was called back to duty during the Winter War and instead carried his old bolt-action rifle. Among his fellow soldiers, the intense cold, which could reach -20 to -40 degrees Fahrenheit, frequently caused weapon problems. However, with Häyhä's knowledge of his bolt-action BFF, the gun remained operational all winter. Häyhä had little military expertise. Therefore, how was she not possessed by the Lord of Uncanny Aim? Growing up not far from the Civil Guard shooting range, which hosted yearly competitions, he became an accomplished sharpshooter. Häyhä frequently competed in these events, filling his home with medals. Among his achievements was the almost magical skill of hitting a target with his rifle 16 times in a minute at a distance of 500 feet. Häyhä and 31 other soldiers were sent to the battleground of Kola, where they had the duty of repelling a Soviet invasion force of 4,000 soldiers. Häyhä's gang held their position all winter long, despite having fewer members on the roster than a college football team. Beyond his Angel of Death status as a sniper, he and his fellow Finns had a few other advantages. For example, the Soviet forces all donned brilliant green uniforms, which made them stand out against the beautiful white backdrop like lit Christmas trees. The Soviets also suffered from a dearth of officers with any kind of leadership abilities, largely because Stalin had all of them executed when he rid the USSR of any prospective political rivals. Furthermore, despite the fact that the Soviet invasion of Finland was technically successful, They were only able to seize a relatively tiny portion of the country's border region, leaving the remainder of the nation unaffected. In total, the Soviet Union lost around 400,000 soldiers during the Winter War compared to Finland's 66,000 losses. Because it makes for a smaller target for adversaries to aim at, most snipers prefer to shoot laying flat on their stomachs. Haya thought that firing while seated would help him aim more accurately. Because he was only a little over 5 feet tall and would hide in snowbanks and put snow in his lips to cover his breath, he didn't worry too much about becoming a bigger target. In order to prevent smoke from rising from his rifle barrel after he fired and revealed his location, Haya would also place snow in front of it or pour water on it to freeze it. In it possibly the worst breach of sniper protocol, Haya chose to aim for the center mass of his targets rather than the head, which is effective in a time of conflict. The Soviet commander soon became annoyed with Haya because of his reputation as the John Wick of Finnish snipers, and they started going after him directly. They started hammering artillery strikes at Haya's general area because getting much closer to him was impossible. The Soviets dispatched teams of counter-snipers to kill him after those failed, but Haya, who was the sniper, easily eliminated them. Finally, a Soviet sniper struck Haya in the jaw with an explosive round after becoming lucky. Haya resisted passing away despite having half of his head missing, according to one of his friends. He eventually regained consciousness the day after the Winter War ended, following many days of reconstructive surgery. Haya made it through World War II despite having a big piece of his face completely blown off his dome at a period when medicine was still primarily experimental. He then returned to farming and hunting. In fact, the Finnish government granted him a farm in 1961, perhaps as a thank you for his work and definitely to keep him on their good side. Haya started breeding dogs, continued to hunt, and won the Game Cup for the Ruokolahti Hunting Society 5 years in succession. He relocated to a compact apartment in 1970, where he spent the remainder of his days before dying in 2002 at the age of 96. That's correct. The most lethal sniper in World War II survived long enough to have seen the internet become increasingly popular. When you think about it, his tale is comparable to that of an action movie hero. A man who excels at his profession cannot be murdered, subsequently sustains a wound during his last assignment but lives, and thanks to him, the mission was successful. And after that, he lived quietly on a farm. I'm referring to the main narrative here. Simo Haya, who had previously lived a peaceful farm life, left it in the winter of 1939 to become the most proficient sniper in history. He amassed over 500 confirmed kills without even using a scope before going back to his home and living out the remainder of the 20th century in peace. Hope you like this video. Subscribe to our channel to never miss out on similar videos.